I think we were studying about the special function registers. We have to start with the special function registers today, isn't it? We have already studied about the pinout of the 8051, and today we will be studying I think we have also studied the internal RAM organization. Okay, and now today we will be studying the special function registers. Okay, so students, can you observe the screen? Can you observe the screen? Yes, can you observe the screen, students? Yes, tell me, respond me.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. You can observe the screen, and in this screen you can observe the special function registers here. So along with the special function registers, the RAM is also shown here. Already we have studied about the internal RAM organization. So in this we have studied there are 4 banks, and each bank is having 8 registers. Okay, there is a bit addressable area and there is a general purpose area in the RAM of 8051. Now apart from this, the 8051 has some special function registers, and those special function registers today we will be studying. So here what you can observe on the screen, there are match registers. Okay, register A and register B are called as match registers. Each of them are 8-bit wide, and the address related to register A is E0 and that of register B is F0. You know the function of register A and register B. Do you remember? Can anybody tell me what is function of register A and register B? Yes? Tell me. So we have already studied these two registers, if you remember. So what is the function of these two registers? Register A is also called as accumulator. Register B is a B register. Okay. So register A can be used for any purpose. Register A can be used for any purpose, and by default this may be one of the register in many operations of 8051. Okay, so particularly when you are carrying out arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, one of the default register is always register A. Okay, now what is the function of register B? The function of the register B is it is used along with register A in mathematical operations like multiplication and division. So it is one of the operands in multiplication and division operations. Okay, so this is what is the functioning of match registers A and register B. Okay, now apart from match register, what you can observe here? Other registers, which other registers you can observe here, student? Here you can observe interrupt registers. Okay, so in interrupt registers we have IP register. Okay, IP means, already I have told you, it is interrupt priority. IE means interrupt enable. There are timer control registers. There are 2 timer control registers, TMOD and TCON. Okay, as you can observe here, they are also 8-bit registers. The address for TMOD register is 89 hex and address for TCON register is 88H. Okay, so TMOD and TCON are the timer control registers. Again, you can observe here 4 timer counter registers. Okay, so out of these 4 timer counter register, one is related with timer number 0, another is related with timer number 1. Okay, TH0, TL0, TH1, TL1. So all these are timer counter registers. Apart from this, there are 4 registers, and out of these 4, 3 registers are serial data registers and 4th registers is flags. Okay, so SCON means serial control, SBUF register, and PCON means power control register. So these are related to serial communication or the serial port of 8051. And 4th register, as I have told you, what is this? PSW, processor status word. So it shows the status of the processor. It also has stack pointer, which is also 8-bit wide, and everywhere the address of stack related register is given here. Apart from this, we have 2 16-bit registers already whose functioning we have studied. One is data pointer register and another is the program counter register. Okay, so these two are 16-bit register, functioning of which we have already studied. And here you can observe the 4 registers. These are related to parallel port. Okay, so here once again you can see all special function registers are repeated here, and you can observe here that the program counter register is not a special function register. You remember this particular thing. The program counter register is not a special function register. So as far as the multiple choice questions are concerned, you should know this. Program counter register is not a special function register. Remaining other registers are special function registers. Okay, so let us start with the study of each register here. Now we will start with the port registers. Now here what you can see, there are 4 ports, the 4 registers are used along with these ports. Okay, and these are port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. Each of them has got a port register. Okay, so when you want to write a data or when you want to send it out, then first data must be written into register, or whenever you are moving data in, that data also must be written into the port register. That is, this means that what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that whenever you want to send data out through the port, or whenever you want to take data in from the port, you have to write the data in port register. That is what is the function of the port register. So microcontroller will read the data from port register, or it will send data to the port register. Okay, so that is why the port registers are present. As all of you know, the port has a width of 8-bit. Therefore, the width of the register or size of the port register is also 8-bit wide. Okay, the address of the port number 0 is 80 hexadecimal. That of port number 1 is 90 hexadecimal. Port number 2 is A0 and port number 3 is B0. So it starts from 8, 8, 9, A means 10 and B means 11. So these are the hexadecimal addresses of the port registers. Now here you can observe the various bits of the port register. As all of you know, the ports are byte addressable as well as bit addressable, and therefore the port registers are bit addressable as well as byte addressable. So whenever they are bit addressable, you have to mention the bit of the port. And how the bit of the port should be mentioned? It is just like this: P0.1, P0.6, P0.5. Meaning of this is that, what is meaning of P0.5? The fifth bit of port 0. Similarly, what is meaning of this? The fourth bit of port number 1. What is meaning of this? The first bit of port number 2. So what is meaning of this? The 0th bit of port number 3. So like this, you can use a port, or you can operate bitwise on the port by mentioning a particular bit of the port. That is P0.5, P1.4, P2.1, P2 3.0, etc. That means the port registers are bit addressable as well as byte addressable. So are you clear about this? Are you clear about this, students?
मॅम ते खालचं काय?
Those are the addresses related to the bits. Bit number 0 has address 80 for port 0. The bit number 1 has address 81 for bit number 1. So all these quantities show the address of the bit. Okay, and the 0th bit has address 80. Similarly, when you are addressing port as a byte, then also its direct address is 80H. It depends on the instruction that processor decides whether this is bit addressable or a byte addressable. So bit addressable instructions are different, byte addressable instructions are different. Okay, are you clear about this, students?
मॅम मग ते वरचं आणि खालचं त्यात डिफरन्स काय? P0 आणि खालचं ते बिट ॲड्रेस नंबर्स.
कुठला? जेव्हा तुम्ही
मॅम ते
प्रोग्राम लिहिताय ना मुलांनो, त्यावेळेस P0 लिहायचं किंवा 80H लिहायचं, दोन्हीचा अर्थ सेमच आहे. म्हणजे तुम्ही ऍड्रेसने सुद्धा पोर्ट वापरू शकताय किंवा नावाने सुद्धा पोर्ट वापरू शकताय. बरोबर आहे? म्हणजे मी तुम्हाला रोल नंबरने पण कॉल करू शकते आणि तुमच्या नावाने पण कॉल करू शकते, तसं आहे ते. मोस्टली नावाने वापरणं इझी जातं लोकांना, लोक नावाने वापरतात. ठीक आहे, आलं लक्षात? जेव्हा तुम्ही प्रोग्रामिंग शिकाल तेव्हा ते तुम्हाला चांगलं कळेल, कारण तुम्ही कोणतेही रेजिस्टर हे नावाने सुद्धा प्रोग्राम मध्ये वापरू शकताय किंवा ऍड्रेसने, त्यांच्या ऍड्रेसने सुद्धा तिथे वापरू शकताय. आलं लक्षात?
हो मॅम.
ही 8051 मध्ये आहे. ओके, जर तुम्ही कधी मायक्रो प्रोसेसर कुणी शिकला असाल तर मायक्रो प्रोसेसर मध्ये अशा प्रकारची फॅसिलिटी नाहीये. आलं लक्षात मुलांनो? ओके, पोर्ट बद्दल समजलं. 4 पोर्ट आहेत, 4 पोर्टचे 4 रेजिस्टर आहेत. ते बिट ऍड्रेसेबल असतात, बाईट ऍड्रेसेबल असतात. ओके, एवढंच आता या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला माहित असलं पाहिजे. आणि जेव्हा डेटा तुम्ही बाहेर पाठवताय किंवा डेटा आतमध्ये घेताय तेव्हा तो डेटा पहिल्यांदा या रेजिस्टर मध्ये लिहिला जातो. रेजिस्टर मधून मग सीपीयू कडे किंवा रेजिस्टर मधून एक्सटर्नल पेरिफेरल्सला किंवा आउटसाइड वर्ल्डला, अशा पद्धतीने तो काय केला जातो, पाठवला जातो. म्हणजे इंटरमिडिएट स्टेशन जे आहे डेटाचं ते तुमचं काय आहे, पोर्ट रेजिस्टर. आलं लक्षात? आलं का लक्षात? म्हणजे डेटा बाहेर सेंड करताना आधी मायक्रो कंट्रोलर काय करतो, तो पोर्ट रेजिस्टरला पाठवतो. मग तो पोर्ट रेजिस्टर पासून कुठे जाईल, डेटा बसला. ओके, मग डेटा बस वरती जो डेटा असतो तो आधी कुठे येईल, पोर्ट रेजिस्टरला. मग पोर्ट रेजिस्टर पासून कुठे जाईल, डेस्टिनेशनला, त्याच्या कुठेही जायचं असेल तिथे सीपीयू ला जाईल, ए रेजिस्टरला जाईल, बी रेजिस्टरला जाईल, तुमची इन्स्ट्रक्शन ज्याप्रमाणे तुम्ही लिहिलीये तशी, पण पहिल्यांदा डेटा नेहमी पोर्ट रजिस्टरला जात असतो, एवढं लक्षात ठेवा. ठीक आहे. ओके, नाउ we will move to the next point. Okay, and that is the stack pointer. So already students, we have studied what we have studied. Already we have studied about the stack memory. Do you remember what the stack memory is? Huh? सांगा बरं कोणीतरी मला, what is meaning of the stack memory? Yes, what is the meaning of the stack memory, students? What is the meaning of the stack memory?
First in, last out.
It is a memory which is first in, last out type, and it is used for the temporary storage in case of subroutine or in case of interrupt operation. Okay, so in these two cases, the stack memory is used for the temporary storage of the data. Okay, so students, now can you tell me what is the function of the stack pointer? Because already we have discussed this. Stack pointer is called as SP. Okay, so it is a 8-bit register, and the address of the stack pointer is 80H. Here 81H, sorry. The address of the stack pointer register is 81H. And now what is the function of the stack pointer? Here you can observe the content of the stack pointer points to the last stored location of the system stack. That means the stack pointer holds the address of the top element of the stack memory. Okay, or in other words, you can say the stack pointer points to the top location of stack memory. Okay, so every time all of you must be knowing there are two operations related with the stack. These two operations are called as push operation and pop operation. Push operation is used to add an element or insert an element onto the top of the stack, and pop operation is used to retrieve the element from the top of the stack. Every time you push the data onto the stack pointer is initially incremented by 1. And every time you retrieve the data from the top of the stack pointer is decremented by 1 after retrieving the data. Okay, so are you clear about this, students, what I have told you? What is function of stack pointer? Stack pointer holds the address of the top element of the stack memory, and it is related with the two operations, push operation and pop operation. Push operation means inserting data onto the stack, and pop operation means retrieving the data from the stack. Every time you push element onto the stack, before pushing the element you have to increment the stack pointer by 1, and whenever you are retrieving the data from the stack, every time you retrieve the data, after retrieving you have to decrement it by 1. Stack pointer you have to decrement it by 1. Are you clear about this, students? Yes, tell me. कशाला म्हणायचं स्टॅक पॉइंटर? स्टॅक पॉइंटर हा रजिस्टर आहे, स्टॅक ही मेमरी आहे. स्टॅक ही मेमरी कशासाठी वापरली जाते? टेम्पररी स्टोरेज साठी वापरली जाते, बरोबर आहे. स्टॅक पॉइंटर कशासाठी वापरला जातो? स्टॅक पॉइंटर मध्ये ऍड्रेस स्टोअर केलेला असतो. कुणाचा ऍड्रेस असतो? स्टॅक मेमरीच्या सगळ्यात वरच्या एलिमेंटचा ऍड्रेस स्टॅक पॉइंटर मध्ये स्टोअर केलेला असतो. दोन ऑपरेशन्स आहेत स्टॅकचे. कुठले आहेत ते दोन ऑपरेशन? एक म्हणजे पुश, दुसरं म्हणजे पॉप. पुश ऑपरेशन कशासाठी वापरली जाते मुलांनो? सांगा मला, पुश ऑपरेशन ही कशासाठी वापरली जाते? बोला.
Inserting the data.
जर तुम्हाला डेटा स्टॅक वरती इन्सर्ट करायचा असेल तर त्याकरता तुम्हाला काय करावं लागतं, पुश ऑपरेशन वापरावी लागते. आणि पॉप ऑपरेशन ही कशासाठी वापरली जाते, जर स्टॅक वरून डेटा तुम्हाला घ्यायचा असेल म्हणजे रिट्राईव्ह करायचा असेल तर त्याला कोणती ऑपरेशन वापरली जाते, पॉप ऑपरेशन वापरली जाते. बरोबर आहे. आणि जेव्हा तुम्ही पुश ऑपरेशन करणार आहात, पुश ऑपरेशनच्या आधी स्टॅक पॉइंटर हा नेहमी 1 ने इन्क्रिमेंट केला जातो. आणि ज्या वेळेस तुम्ही पॉप ऑपरेशन करताय तेव्हा पॉप ऑपरेशन झाल्यानंतर तुमचा स्टॅक पॉइंटर हा 1 ने डिक्रिमेंट केला जातो. येतं लक्षात? आणि ह्यातली सगळ्यात महत्वाची गोष्ट म्हणजे बघा इथे ब्लू मध्ये जे लिहिलेलं आहे ते, युजली आफ्टर अ सिस्टीम रिसेट द स्टॅक पॉइंटर इज इनिशियलाइज्ड as 07H and data can be stored to the stack from 08H onwards. So this already we have studied while studying what? While studying, yes, the internal RAM organization. So you have to remember this thing or this concept for your examination point of view. So by default, whenever you turn on the microcontroller, the stack pointer holds an address 07H. This is what you have to remember. And why this 07H is stored in the stack pointer? It is because when you are going to insert the element onto the stack, initially it is incremented by 1. That means it will become 8 and then the data will be inserted onto the stack. And as all of you know from the internal organization of the RAM, the first location of the stack memory is 08H and therefore the default address of the stack pointer is 07H. And this is very, very important. You have to remember this, students. Okay, so are you clear about this, students? Yes, tell me, are you clear about this? All of you, are you clear about the stack pointer concept? Shall we move towards the next concept of the 8051 microcontroller? Yes, Vedant. Tell me first. Okay, so now we will move to the next resistor. Okay, so what is our next resistor? So here you can observe that our next resistor is a PCON resistor. So what is long form of the PCON? P means power and CON means control. So PCON resistor, it is used for the power management. Okay, so such type of power management you have seen in your everyday mobile phones, isn't it? So whenever your mobile phone is on and you are not using it, it automatically goes into the standby mode. So for what this particular property is used? This is used for the power management. And such a power management feature is also used in the microcontroller. Why there should be power management? Because all the gadgets which are made from this microcontroller, mostly they are portable, and as they are portable, they are using battery within it, and as you are using the battery within it, you must think about the long life of the battery. And when the long life is possible, whenever you save the power. So whenever you are not using the gadget, it must be turned off so that the power which is used in its idle state is least much. Okay, so it must be minimum when you are not using it. Okay, so such a PCON resistor is used in 8051 microcontroller. And yes, Gaurav Kangane, have you raised your hand? You have any doubt? Yes, if you have doubt, then unmute yourself and ask whether you have doubt. He is not talking. That means he doesn't have. Okay. So the direct address of the PCON register is 87H. Okay. So whenever this S mode particularly, this is not used for power control, but it is used for serial communication. But the bits GF1 and GF0, they are used as general purpose flag bits. Okay. So programmer can use these two bits as flag, but the PD and ideal, these two bits are used for the power management. Okay. So whenever you set this PD bit, the power down mode is selected. And whenever you set this ideal bit, the idle mode is selected. Okay. So this is the power management strategy of the 8051 microcontroller. Okay. So now let us move to the next special function register. So as you can observe here, which is the next special function register? The next special function register is a program status word. What it is? It is a program status, processor status word. Okay, so already we have studied this processor status word. As its name implies, it is used to indicate the status of the microcontroller processor. That means after performing certain operation, what is the status of different registers of microcontroller? So that status is shown by this processor status word. Now in this processor status word, you can observe that there are 8 bits, and this processor status word is byte addressable as well as bit addressable. That means you can access whole byte or you can access a single bit in case of processor status word. And the direct address of the processor status word is D0 hexadecimal. And now you can observe the various bits of the processor status word. As I told you, each bit of processor state word is called as what? Do you remember? What is the name of each bit of the processor status word? Yes? Yes, tell me, what is the name of each bit of the processor status word? I have underlined it. You can read it, isn't it? Yes, Vedant, are you there?
Flag.
Flag. Each bit of the processor status word is called as a flag. Flag is used to indicate the status of the processor after execution of the instruction. Okay. So, how many flags are there here? There are 7 flags. One flag is left unused. Okay. So, it is left unused for the future use. It is left unused for the future use. Okay. So, it is not a user definable flag. This is used or this is reserved for the future use. Okay. Now let us start with the functioning of the use of the each bit or each flag. The CY flag is called as carry flag. What is function of the carry flag? Whenever a certain operation generates the carry, this flag is set to 1, otherwise this flag is 0. Okay. So whenever you carry out BCD type of operation or BCD addition, then when carry is generated from one byte to another byte or from one nibble to another nibble, this particular flag is set and this flag is called as AC. The meaning of AC is auxiliary carry flag. That means, for example, if you are adding 86 plus 88 in case of binary addition, what will be 8 plus 6? It is 4 and carry 1. 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 1 is 17. Here you can observe that from these two nibbles, the carry is generated to next nibbles, and when this thing happens, the auxiliary carry flag will be set to 1, otherwise this flag remains at the 0 position. Okay, the next flag is called as F0 flag, and this is a general purpose status flag. This can be used by a programmer. So you can use it for any purpose or for the general purpose. And here you can observe the 2 bits RS1 and RS0. They can be used when you are using the internal RAM of the 8051 microcontroller. All of you know that internal RAM of the microcontroller has 4 banks, and these 4 banks are selected with the help of these 2 bits RS1 and RS0. So it is called as register bank select bit 0, register bank select bit 1. Okay, so whenever these are 0, 0, bank number 0 will be selected. When these bits are 0, 1, bank number 1 will be selected. When these bits are 1, 0, bank number 2 will be selected. When these bits are 1, 1, bank number 3 will be selected. Each bank is having 8 registers starting from R0 to R7. So when you select 0, 0, then the register from bank 0 will be selected. When you select 0, 1 for RS1 and RS0, the registers from bank 1 will be selected like this. So RS1 and RS0 has a function to select the register bank present in the RAM of 8051 microcontroller. Are you clear about this, students? Yes, tell me. First you tell me, then we will move forward. Otherwise, we will not move. I will answer to your doubts. Are you clear about CY flag? Are you clear about AC flag? Are you clear about F0 flag? Are you clear about RS1 and RS0? Tell me. Answer me. Yes, Vedant. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So everybody has to answer whether Vedant is speaker of your class. Yes? Is it? So all of you respond. Okay. So we have studied CY, AC, F0, RS1, RS0. Now we will study remaining 2 flags. Okay. Which are those remaining 2 flags? OV and P. What is meaning of OV? What is meaning of OV? Tell me. Here it is written. Overflow flag. OV means overflow. Whenever the result of any operation generates overflow. Overflow means what? If your internal registers are of width 8 bits. Suppose your internal register is of width 8 bit, and if the result generated by the microcontroller is of 9 bit, that means you can say that your result will not be accommodated within the register of 8051, and therefore you can say overflow has occurred. Isn't it? एखादं भांड आहे, त्या भांड्यामध्ये ओव्हरफ्लो केव्हा होईल? जेव्हा त्याच्या कपॅसिटी पेक्षा जास्त पाणी तुम्ही त्या भांड्यामध्ये ओताल. बरोबर आहे की नाही? मग रेजिस्टरचं पण तसंच आहे. रेजिस्टरची कपॅसिटी जर 8 बीट आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही 9 बीटचा डेटा मूव्ह करत असाल, तर त्यावेळेस काय होतं? ओव्हरफ्लो. अँड दिस ओव्हरफ्लो इज इंडिकेटेड बाय OV फ्लॅग. So when overflow occurs as a result of some operation, the OV flag will be set to 1. Otherwise, it is always at 0. Okay. So this is what is the function of the overflow flag. It indicates whether the overflow has occurred. Okay. So now let us study the last bit of this program, a processor status word, and that last bit is indicated by P. The meaning of P is that parity. All of you have studied parity. Okay, so parity is generally used for error detection and error correction. So parity is of two types. Okay, which are these two types? Odd parity and even parity. If the number of ones in a data bit stream is even, then it is called as even parity. If the number of ones in data bit stream is odd, it is called as odd parity. Okay, so this parity bit P indicates whether the parity is odd or even. Okay, so for even parity, the P is equal to 0. And for odd parity, P is equal to 1. You remember this. So this bit is set to 1 when the result of the operation is producing the odd parity. You remember one, you will remember the other. So 1 for odd, you remember this. That means even will be 0. Are you clear about this, students? Now here again, as you have asked last time, what are these numbers? These numbers are the bit addresses of each bit of the register. Okay, either you can specify each bit by its name or by its address. For example, if you consider the carry flag, its name is PSW.7, but its address is D7. You can specify this particular bit either by D7H or by PSW.7. Okay, whatever you choose. Okay, are you clear about this, students? Are you clear about the processor status word, or you have any doubt in this? Yes, students, tell me.
No, ma'am.
हा, आता इथे आपण मला वाटतं थांबायला हरकत नाहीये, पण मला तुम्हाला सांगायचंय, मी काल तुम्हाला दुसरा व्हिडिओ पण शेअर केलेला आहे कम्युनिकेशनचा. दुसरा व्हिडिओ शेअर केलाय ना कम्युनिकेशनचा?
Yes, ma'am.
बघितला सगळ्यांनी? सगळ्यांनी पहा तो व्हिडिओ. आज रात्री किंवा संध्याकाळी मी तिसरा व्हिडिओ पण शेअर करेल. तो अजून अपलोड करायचा राहिलाय माझा ह्याच्यावरती, YouTube वरती. तो तिसरा पण व्हिडिओ पहा आणि ह्या तिन्हीचं मिळून आपण एक डिस्कशन घेऊया. केअरफुली, सिरियसली तिन्ही व्हिडिओ सगळ्यांनी बघायचे आहेत. आणि त्याच्यातून तुम्हाला काय समजतंय, न समजतंय, त्याच्याबद्दल आपण एका लेक्चरमध्ये डिस्कशन करणार आहोत. म्हणजे 3 लेक्चरचं आपलं एका लेक्चरमध्ये होऊन जाईल.